kind of looks out for each other, and just growing up in Kohala taught me a lot about just Hawaiian culture and kind of just how everybody's a family, whether they're your family or not. Everybody's just tight and close together like that. And surfing over here, it taught me a lot of grit and kind of just sticking to what you want to do. I always wanted to surf, and growing up over here, it's kind of tough because if you guys don't know, like we don't get a lot of swell, and if there is waves, you gotta go off-road or hitchhike and go walk down the cliff to go surf, walk out on the rocks, and it just kind of taught me a lot about just if you want to follow your dreams, you gotta just work hard for it, no matter where you are. I always like to say, like, we grew up surfing all on these rocks and these crazy waves. And when I moved over to Waldo, it was like going to Disneyland because there's all sand on the beach and stuff. But I would say, if those guys on the Waldo came over here, they wouldn't want to surf any of these waves because they would be scared. But yeah, I just wanted to talk like mainly about just growing up over here. It's a small town and there might not be as much opportunities as the mainland or growing up on Oahu, but if you guys just really just focus on what you want to do, just choose the right path and just, follow your dreams. Like I had dreams of being in big wave surfing contests. Like I just competed in the Eddie Aikau contest at Waimea Bay last Sunday. And being invited to that, it's considered like pretty much the most prestigious surf contest, a lot of people say, because they don't hold it every year. They've had it in the past, I want to say 34 years, they've only held it. This year was the 10th time. So it's a really special event. Just to be on the list to be invited and the surfing it's even bigger. But for me, the way I got into it was last year they had a contest. They weren't going to hold the actual event because they didn't have enough funding, but they had an online video contest, and I remember, I shouldn't tell you guys this, but I was in class on my phone, and I remember I would remember in my head, I can send these videos I have on in my emails. So I went on, sent an email in the first period and just kind of forgot about it, and then probably a month later I got an email back and it said, congratulations. Won the video contest, you're going to be in the next Eddie Aikau event. And I thought it was like a fake email, and then I realized wow, this is like really a dream come true. So that was really cool in the world. And I think they were saying like 40,000 people watching on the beach and 1 million people online. And it's really cool to see that much people care about surfing and stuff. But yeah, I can talk about when I was at the surf contest. When I was down there, people were camping everywhere. There's so many people already. It looked like I was going to like a music festival or something. There were people in the middle of the road, cooking on fires and going off fireworks. People playing music. So I woke up and checked the buoy readings on the NOAA website. I biked down the road, and I live kind of close to the beach now. Some places where on the bike path, the water washed over and all sand everywhere. And I knew it was going to be really big. And I was biking down, I had my earphones in, I'm not done for the day. And yeah, the waves were huge, like they promised. And it started out really big, but as the day went on, it got bigger and bigger for the afternoon. But I was in a heat with pretty much everybody in that contest. Everybody there is people I've looked up to my whole life. As far as surfing goes, some of the best in the world, and just to be in the same list as them on the contest is really special. But I got to see everybody and introduce myself to all these people I've looked up to my whole life, and that was really cool. And that whole day was just crazy waves all day. I got to go out for my first heat, and originally I was gonna think I'm just gonna stay focused, keep my head down, run down the beach. But then there's all these people, thousands of people on the beach, and they're all cheering. And somebody said my name, and everybody was cheering for me, and I was just throwing shots. And it was the coolest feeling ever to see that many people were down there to support. And yeah, that whole day was, I think a lot of the waves were probably 25 feet Hawaiian, which is like 50 foot on the face. And I got like the biggest waves of my life, I think, that day. Just to surf with all the professional surfers. The biggest whiteout I had of the day was my first wave, and that one, I paddled and I thought I was in a good spot, but I ended up being way too deep. And I was paddling and I was right on the bowl, and it kind of went under me and I was on top. And it was just looked like a big shore break barrel, but like 20 feet. And I stood up and I was like riding the wave, and I saw under my board was just air, so I was like, uh-oh. And I was standing on that, and I picked my board out and I jumped all the way and hit the bottom of the wave, but sucked over the falls halfway. I was in like the middle of the barrel, I fell down, so I sucked over again. And then from there, just the worst pounding of my life. But I had this flotation thing on where I could pull it and it like fills me up with air, like the thing you see in the airplane. So pull the red tab and float it up. And then I got to the surface, and you can deflate it so you can get under the waves. If you fall air, you can't get under the waves. But I deflated it, and then I saw the jet ski coming, so I was like, oh, forget the deflate, I want to get on the jet ski. So I was trying to get my board, get on the jet ski, but the next wave was already so close, so I just couldn't get on the jet ski, ditched my board, went under, still fully inflated, and I got like flown all around like a beach ball. And I was like, couldn't get up, couldn't get down, trying to grab my leash on my board to go up, but I was getting so pounded. And I came up, finally got to deflate, got on my board, but there's like so many more waves coming. I had to flip my board over, but when my board was still upside down, the jet ski was coming straight at me. Because I kind of popped up late, so I never seen me. And then the jet ski ran me straight over. Ran my board ran me over, and I was like underneath, and I was swimming up, and I was just hitting the jet ski, so I got all the way to the jet ski again. And then the next wave came, I pounded on that one, and then finally the jet ski got me, and I just pulled on and rode all the way back out. But that was fun. To achieve that so early at just 18 is really special, and that gives me more time to think of bigger goals that I can make. So,
I have a question. What is your training regimen for something like the Eddie or in general as being a pro surfer?
Okay, so see all these big professional guys, and they're all like, before the Eddie, they're doing all these IVs and sleeping in the air chamber, but that stuff's expensive. So for me, I probably should do more training, but mostly just eat spam musubis and go surf. I had the one, I went in front of John, and I stood up, and right when I stood up, I hit this big chop that kind of was coming out from the channel. I stood up and I grabbed rail, and I was just in the air for a while. And I landed that, and when I was in the air, I saw John next to me. I was like, well, if I fall, we're both going to die. Made that, and then the white water was just so gnarly. I was just holding on. Well, I made a big snap. Holding on for dear life and got pushing up the channel. And then the white water took me out. But when I achieve my goals, I just gotta take time to celebrate that. But I gotta just set bigger goals and expand out and that kind of stuff. If you achieve a goal, try to set another goal. Take it step by step. On my last wave of the day too, I had a really big wave, and that one made a big drop, almost like a bigger wave than the wave before. Big drop, and when I got to the bottom, you can see there's a video of the white water that shoots me out like that, and that one I got super pounded and held down because I like barely had any breath, and then I came up and there was like a 10 wave closeout set with the bay behind me, and every wave I just got a big breath, went under, got so pounded so I couldn't barely even hold my breath anymore, came up and did that 10 times. But
Thank you for being